All right, Bills Mafia, what's good? Welcome back to the Week 13. I can't believe the season is almost over. Week 13 game preview, taking on the New England Patriots on Thursday Night Football. And you know, as always, we got to talk about it. I want to apologize real quick for missing last week's videos. Got kind of caught up in some things, but we're back previewing this week's game. And as always, we got to start off with some problem players. Just some issues or things that could prevent the Bills from winning this game. And the first problem player that I have is Matthew Judon, the linebacker, the pass rusher for the New England Patriots. Leads the league in sacks currently, all right? He's one of the best pass rushers in the game right now. But Deion Dawkins likely out with the ankle injury. You're going to see Questenberry slotting in at left tackle, or they could move some other pieces around, but more than likely it's going to be Questenberry, Saffold, Morse, Bates, and Spencer Brown. And if that is the case, you're more likely to see more of the short passing game early and often, along with a bunch of chip blocks and double teams on Judon to help slow him down so the Bills offense can get going and move the ball downfield enough to score points and win the game. Because we all know that's how you win football games. You score more points than the other team. It's pretty simple. The Bills have done a good job with neutralizing superstar pass rushers so far this season, so hopefully that trend can continue, even with Deion Dawkins out of this game. Problem player number 2 is not a player, it's Bill Belichick, the coach. Granted, we all know he hasn't been that great career-wise without Tom Brady, but he's still one of the greatest defensive minds this league has ever seen, and you know, no matter what these professionals say, stuff like that game where they got their ass kicked in the playoffs in Buffalo, that's in the back of his mind. He's thinking about it. We all know Bill Belichick. He's a pretty simple guy. You build your team to beat the teams in your division. And I'm not saying you game plan ahead or they game planned ahead playing Minnesota. But in his off time, his free time, I don't imagine he does too much other than football, family, football. He leads a great elite defense every year, just like he has this year, and he's gonna have those boys ready, so the Bills offense needs to come to play this week with an amazing game plan to counteract their great game plan. Now, let's talk some pushovers. Pushover this week, I got Mac Jones in the passing offense. Currently, they're tied 26 in passing touchdowns with 11, which is near the very bottom of the league. Mac Jones is having a huge sophomore slump so far with 6 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Granted, he was benched once and he has missed a few games. So in a full game played season, his numbers might be a little higher, but Bailey Zappi filled in just fine. So really, that doesn't matter too much. Whether it's Bailey Zappi under center or Mac Jones, their passing offense hasn't been great. So whoever's under center, I don't care. But more than likely, it's going to be Mac Jones. They have a defensive guy, Matt Patricia, calling their plays, as far as I know, which is obviously clearly a recipe for disaster. Josh McDaniels wasn't a genius or an amazing head coach, as we can tell with Las Vegas, but he's better than Matt Patricia or defensive guys calling offensive plays and creating offensive schemes. Is it more than likely the reason for the Patriots' offensive struggles? We don't know, especially in the passing game. You know, last year, Mac Jones was efficient. You know, he threw 3 passes and beat us in one game, but you know, other than that, he's been effective and efficient throughout his career. He was a Pro Bowler in his first year. Granted, because Josh Allen didn't go, but that's fine. He was still a great player as a rookie. I still think they're going to score a couple touchdowns, some points, but hopefully it's not too many, and the Bills defense can slow them down and get the dub. Now, as for offensive expectations in this game, it's going to be a tough game no matter which way you put it. This Patriots defense is top 10 in majority of the categories. And the one thing with our O-line injuries, the Dawkins out, our starting left tackle, our $15 million left tackle, linebacker, Matthew Judon, is going to be rushing the passer play after play. He's going to have a good chance of getting at Allen if they're not chip blocking and double teaming them. One of the main weaknesses of this pass defense is in the red zone. Even then, it's still top 10. It's one of their worst ranking stats throughout the league. The Bills offense is going to have a tough time this week, especially since they're struggling. The Patriots could make this a game, or could this be a bounce back game for Josh Allen? Ken Dorsey needs to get a little better. We've been harping on him. I've been one of the biggest Ken Dorsey critics. He started out the season really well, but as the season goes on, you have to continue to evolve, and we haven't necessarily seen that from this offense. And with the Allen struggles in the red zone, especially this season, he's been really bad in the red zone when he's been really good throughout his career. Is that something Ken Dorsey can help fix, or will he be a one and done this offseason? We're going to have to wait and see, but hopefully this is the week to turn it around. Now, as for defensive expectations, I expect this this Bills defense to dominate even without Von Miller, whether he's out for the rest of the season or just a couple weeks. Praying it's just a couple weeks. Von, get better soon, man. Bills Mafia loves you, and we just want the best for you and your career here in Buffalo, whether that's playing right now or resting and getting the surgery that you need on your knee. But just know those boys are going to be fighting for you, and that's exactly what I think they're going to do this week. They're going to play 10 times harder for Von. Now, you might be thinking, like, injuries like that, oh, they're still going to go out and play their hardest no matter what. Yes, you would technically think so, but there's still another gear that they can always hit, and that's the gear they're going to hit and higher, knowing, oh shit, that guy that they paid $120 million to in the offseason, he's gone. He's really good. We got to step it up, fill that void, take over. This is where breakout stars come from. Ed Oliver came through on Thanksgiving. It's time for Greg Rousseau, if he plays this week, have his own breakout game without Von Miller. He's been pretty good this season before the injury, but now is the time to show up and show out. Pat's offense in the red zone is one of the worst. The bottom 2 in conversion percentage in the red zone. They've got the second worst red zone offense in the league, so hopefully this defense can capitalize on that. Bills aren't the best. Bills aren't the worst on defense in the red zone. Throughout McDermott's career, they've been pretty good in the red zone defense. The Bills haven't been a great third down defense team this year, but the Patriots have had one of the worst third down offenses in the league. So the Bills defense needs a game to get right, get better in that category, work on it, get them off the field on third down, force the punt, get them off the field on third down, force that fourth down and punt, field goals if you even have to, if it gets to that situation, get the job done. Don't allow them to score points, because you know that's how you win football games. You score more points than the other team. Now, as for stat line predictions this week, I have Josh Allen going 22 for 38, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. A bit of a bounce back game. Throws 2 touchdowns, no picks. Got to bring those picks down. He's already got 11 on the year. And as for score prediction, I got the Bills winning 34 to 13. I think the Bills are going to have a bounce back game. A more dominant game than they did against the Lions, although I think the Lions are a pretty good team. They're a fringe playoff team right now as well. Patriots are also a fringe playoff team, but I think they are a much worse team than the Lions just because of their offensive struggles. The Lions have a really bad defense, but a pretty good offense. Patriots have a pretty bad offense, but a really good defense. And that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and let me know your thoughts and predictions for this game in the comments down below. On your way out, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, you can help us all get there. And that's all I got. Go Bills, baby. Big dubs!